Guys, Brandon from ThirstGym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the alternating hanging leg raise. It's a fantastic abdominal, midsection, and hip flexor activity that you can use to help your athletes or your clients or even powerlifter strength athletes. Works great for a lot of people. We're going to show two different ways you can do this. One is going to be using the hanging ab straps. These make it much more comfortable. And I feel like you're able to do more repetitions with it. Or we're also going to show it how you can just hang from the bar with your bare hands. And we'll talk about that here in a second. So we've got a box here to help me get up there. And we're going to start with the ab straps first. And so what I'm going to do, elbows will go in the straps. My upper part of my arm is in the straps. My hands are going to hold on to the metal pieces here, or if you got long enough arms you could hold on to here, but usually just holding on to the straps themselves works well. Then what we're going to do is we're going to drive our arms down into the pads. We're going to bring our legs off the box if you need to, and essentially we're just going to alternate back and forth, one leg and the other. So we're going to go back and forth, trying to keep my legs as straight as possible, keep my leg up as high as I comfortably can, and we're going to go back and forth. If you feel like you're swinging all over the place, it's a little bit hard for you to grasp, happens, totally okay. What you can do is you can take your leg or your toes and keep it planted against that box and then raise. That's going to give you a little bit more stability, but still let you be able to perform the activity. Okay? The other way to do this is you're going to do it truly hanging with your hands. So you're just going to hold on to the bar, let your legs relax, and then alternate back and forth just like we were doing, okay? Now, the main difference here between the hanging, one, if you're somebody like me that's got some neck and some traps, this just isn't comfortable. My lats are pulling hard, my neck's kind of scrunched, makes it a little harder to breathe. I can certainly do it, but it's just not comfortable, so that'd be one way. The other one would be that if grip becomes an issue in terms of how many reps you can do, then these work well because it will take the grip out of the factor, or from being a factor. Now, if you're working with athletes, that grip is an important aspect of their sport. So I work with quite a few wrestlers, and so I make them do everything with grip related because I want them to have strong grip to help them in their sport. It's just going to be more applicable towards them. Power lifters, if you're dropping deadlifts all the time, this would be a great way to improve your grip strength as well, to hopefully help you prevent from dropping your deadlifts while still getting in some abdominal midsection work. So kind of different ways you can use it here. At the end of the day, use what works best for you, but that gives you some case scenarios of how I kind of choose how I'm going to program it from that standpoint. Now, when it comes to repetitions, there's a couple different options. So if I feel like somebody's only going to get between 6 to 10 or 12 reps per leg, I'll just tell them to do as many as possible, and we'll see how many they can get. If you're getting more than 15 to 20 on each leg, it's time to add some load or find a way to make it a little more difficult, right? So you would be able to add some ankle weights. You could also even try to add some kettlebells to your feet through the horns of the kettlebell. That works well. Or you can even be able to try and find a way to add band resistance as well. All certainly viable options. Usually ankle weights are going to be the best way to add weight. You can also program this for time. So if you do know that you're going to get a lot of repetitions and you're trying to work on a lot of hip flexions, say for like a sprinter or somebody that runs, you could give them 20 to 30 seconds of work for this exercise and really tax them from a hip flexor and a midsection perspective to hopefully help them with their sport, considering they're going to be running for probably more than 20 or 30 seconds, right? So it gives you an idea of how you can scale this activity for lots of populations. You got a lot of options here. So generally speaking though, 2 to 4 sets of anywhere 6 to 12 reps per leg if you can manage to get that. If you can't get that with load, then just do as many as you can. If you're happening to get a lot of repetitions, try to find a way to add load to get it into that 6 to 12 range. I think that's more ideal. And then if you're working with special populations where you're trying to improve endurance, but also in specific areas of the body, like the hip flexors, the abdominals for certain athletes that run a lot, then I think you're warranted to do 2 to 3 sets of timed activity for this exercise, in which case, if grip's not important, use the straps, but you can also use the grip if you wanted to as well. So if you got any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Thanks. Have a great day.